Tales of a Drow. The Rise of the Dark Star. By the Scribe of Vishantar. Part 4. A Little Death is Born. Part 3. Her tent was a good size, actually a bit bigger than she thought. No matter, she started settling in. She would be here a few months at least, or a year if she makes specialist. It did not take long for her to get settled in, and not long after that a knock from her tent's wood door frame. "Anyone here?" the voice asked. Tila turned to face the door, checked herself, took a deep breath. "Yes, come in, I am dressed, just getting settled." A tall elven man came in and gave a slight bow. "I see you are here a bit early, so you had no troubles finding your place?" he asked. "No," she said, not mentioning the run-in with a certain rude man who she had all but put out of her mind. "It is bigger than I thought, though." The guards seemed to be given plenty of room. The man waved a hand. "You are royalty. A princess, so of course you have a bigger tent than some others." She interrupted him there. "I have a request." He looked her over again. "Okay, ask." "I would like to have a tent like the other enlisted," she said flatly. He laughed at that. "You know, you are a lot like your parents. They did not like special treatment as well." He nods. "Very well, then a smaller tent it is." The two talked after that mainly about her father and stories of the two. Apparently Commander the Run Stillwind and her father were stationed together for a while and had become friends. His stories were sad, happy and full of bravery, and she listened intently till finally he stood. "Well, it is almost time to eat. You know where the food hall is, yes?" Tila nods. "Yes, past it on the way here," she admitted. "Just a short ways back." He nods back. "Good, then I will see you there." With that he was gone. Left alone, she repacked her things so she could move to she thought, I guess better place to sleep. Once done packing again, she started towards the food hall. The food hall was large, easy fitting 200 people. Off at the officers' table was Commander Stillwind and the other officers. He gave her a wave, motioning her over. "You made it good." Tila gave a small smile. "Yes, sir. Of course I did." Another man spoke up. "So this is the daughter of Lord Solon." He stood and gave a bow. "It is an honor to meet you, young princess. I hope you would join us at our meal." Tila nods. "I will, if you promise not to call me young princess anymore." She half joked. She had found she did not like being called a princess, not at all. "Of course, my apologies. How should I refer to you then?" "Tila will do." With that she sat down after grabbing a plate of food. Just as fate reared its ugly head, a voice rang out. "There is that lowborn wench, she knocked me down, and then cheated and struck me like a coward, and did not even apologize. Latherin, that annoying highborn elf." Finally she got a good look at him. Average size, weight and build for an elf. Well, a rich highborn elf anyway. The kind who lived easy lives, never working or anything. His armor of course was well made, and it was thanks to it he stood out at all. Of course now he stood out, maybe too well. She assaulted a royal. "I want her arrested, thrown into the..." He was cut off rather quickly by Commander Stillwind, who was standing, somehow taller than before, and walking around the table to stand in front of the annoying elf man. "First off," the commander started, "she is not lowborn. In fact, when it comes to royalty, she is above you. Second, royal titles are notwithstanding in the guard. Once you join, you are a soldier like any other, so you being royalty holds no sway. Finally, if you were dishonored by her, then take your right to battle, as we all settle disagreements here. After all, you said she cheated, acted dishonorably. I think you would like a chance to show how superior you are to her. The annoying elf. She did not even want to dedicate his name to memory, to be honest. Smiled. I challenge you, wench, to trial by combat. If I win, you will apologize and leave this place, give up on joining the guard, and go home where you belong, like a good little lowborn. What happens when I win? She asked flatly. He laughed. If by some miracle you actually win. He thought, I will be your servant then. He was sure he would win, it was plain. She thought hard herself. He was rash, and lacked thinking things through. She could beat him, she knew. The commander spoke up as well. She has the right to pick the weapons. This will be a fight till the other surrenders, I have to point out as well. Not to the death. Both of them agree. Swords, she said quickly, I pick swordplay. The commander nods, plainly happy at her choice. I see, I cannot lie, I was wanting to see how well your father has trained you in the art of swordplay. He admitted. Her father, in fact, had trained her in swordplay. Dual swords, as a matter of fact. Though it was her mother who had taught her to dance with the blades. She had never been as good as her mother, but no one could have danced like her, she thought. However, she was taught by both strength and speed, coupled with fluid and graceful motions, had become her style, and all her own, something she had trained in private. And now she would have to use it. She was brought back out of thought when the commander spoke. Tomorrow then, in the training circle, we will decide this. For now, I suggest we sit and enjoy our meal. He looked at the annoying elf, who he quite outmatched. Latherin huffed and got his food, going to a table a good ways from them. The rest of the meal was uneventful, and the talks went back to normal. After which she said goodbye to everyone at her table. The commander walked her to her new tent, and it was a lot more normal looking. Smaller and simple, with a cot instead of an actual bed. She quickly got her things set up and had prepared for sleep. Things just keep getting better. She laughed out loud. Well, time for sleep. I guess I have a long day tomorrow. She let out a sigh and let sleep take her. And a little death is born. Part 3. I hope you enjoyed it, and again in about 3 days I will have a new one up. If anyone is listening, I would like to add a character to the story. This character will take the place of one I have coming up in the latter issues. I will need a name, a class, a race, and brief idea of what they look like. If you want to add a brief background as well, it would make it easy to bring them in. I thank you for listening and hope you all have a good day.